Man, you know what?
Yeah, she.
My story kind of dovetails a little bit off of your story because I feel as though that this story is just too little, too late. But I want to hear what you guys have to say in regards to a Colorado agency awards the first loans for marijuana social equity businesses. Colorado Marijuana Transport Company, IDY distributors, and retailer Simply Pure are the first recipients of funding from the state's cannabis business loan program. The program awards loans ranging from $50,000 to $150,000 to social equity licensees who often face barriers to raising capital, according to a news release. The loans were awarded to the two Denver based companies by the State Cannabis Business Office, which was established in July of 2021. The agency is an arm of the Colorado Office of Economic Development and International Trade, OEDIT. IDY plans to use the loan to expand its offerings to include warehousing and retail order fulfillment. Simply Pure, founded by Colorado cannabis pioneer Wanda James, will use the loan to grow its digital marketing presence, remodel the store's exterior, and launch delivery services with social equity licenses Puff Pass. Those investments could grow revenue by $20,000 to $30,000 per month, according to the state's release. And in a quote, small businesses are an engine of Colorado's economy, and we are thrilled to promote greater equity in the cannabis industry while making it easier for these businesses to grow. OEDIT Executive Director Eve Lieberman said in a statement. And they also said, by expanding operations and adding new services, they will be poised to increase revenues, improve the longevity of their business, and create new jobs. I don't know about all this. I'm very, very skeptical of this. Colorado doing social equity loans from the government. I don't know. But this is Jason Beck, and this is the High at 9 News Hour. What do you all think about this?
Sounds good. You skeptical about?
Right.
I mean, I'm very skeptical on this. They're calling it a social equity loan. I mean, these should be grants or some tax credits or something like that. I wonder if these businesses are going to be able to pay it back because the Colorado market is just going lower and lower and lower.
That's right.
Well, wasn't it initially supposed to be just
That's
grant,
what I thought, Rico. Grant? That's what I thought too, bro.
What happened to that $50 million? I know that in the 250 that we were talking about in or 200 that we were talking about in New York, but what happened to that $50 million that was supposed to be going to all of the social equity applicants and everything as they started up this whole thing?
Well, it seems like the bureaucrats had other plans for that 50 million.
Another bait and switch.
Another squandering deal.
This is my home state, and it's sad. It's very sad. I'm happy for Wanda James. Simply Pure respect. They're definitely on the forefront of the social equity market in Colorado and have been for a long time. But I just I don't see this as a really beneficial thing for another just a vulture scheme to drain these businesses of valuable revenues that are just shrinking every day. It's kind of sad. It's like what the banks do with us and the credit system. So now they're just expanding that to an already hurting. I don't want to say fledgling yet. I mean, some people are still doing good business in Colorado. It just like isn't as banging as it used to be, and obviously the prices are not what they used to be all around the board. But this is just more of just a distraction. To take our focus off of the fact that the traditional market is still killing the regulated market because of these taxes and because of the increasing barriers of entry into a lot of these markets. So I don't know. This whole thing is just it's too little, too late. Just like you said, Jason. Too little, too late.
Yeah. My thing is, this is 11 years after adult use was legalized in Colorado, and so when did they decide that they were going to give these loans out to social equity people? Like, did they decide that 11 years ago? And
No.
taking them?
No. They just recently started doing this. This is brand new. This is like a year at the most, years at the
too
most.
little, too late. What?
Yeah.
When is it too late? Right? Doesn't it set a nice precedent for the rest of the country to start jumping in on these
on the deadest market, in the deadest market of them all?
So they shouldn't do anything. You guys just fuck it.
Yeah.
Is a loan?
We get Wanda on the phone right now. See what's going on with them.
I mean, it's not like people are traveling to Colorado anymore to go buy cannabis.
But the reality is, Todd, you can go get a loan right now. It's just not favorable terms. That's what I'm saying. Like, do you want to go get a credit card for your cannabis business and spend, 18%, percentage on the money you're borrowing, or is this something that the government should say, hey, like, you're starting a business. We know it's, financially distressing, and we have a grant, we have a fund that we have of whatever monies. And I mean, look, you like it or not, they're spending money on a lot of worse things. Like, they could actually help businesses. I think that's a good thing. That's a positive thing that they can do with the money that they're generating is the government. But yeah, I mean, that's not what it is. It's here's a treacherous treacherous, loan with strings attached, and you have to pay us back.
Mhm.
That's not. No one needs that. I'd rather not pay the government more money.
Right, but if you were going to open any business, right, you would go get a loan. You would, pay it back. You would be part of your whole business model, right? So,
Mm-hmm. And
the government just give money, money away. I'm not in that line, right? Where does that line start?
Mm-hmm. I wonder.
Come up with money to open a
I wonder if this is going to be the start of more lawsuits, because Jax, who actually lives in Colorado, also just threw in there. She says we have way too many licenses issued out here, period. And so I wonder if some of these other businesses are going to file lawsuits against the state for giving these businesses a upper hand in regards to providing them with financing.
According to you guys, it's not an upper hand. It's too little, too late.
It is too little, too late. But it's still an upper hand if you have one business that's getting government money and it's not giving it to another.
It's government loan money. Anybody can go get government.
No, you're not. No, not anyone can go and get this. That's not true.
Social equity. You have to qualify social equity.
Exactly.
Right. So anyone could go get loan money, right? If you have the collateral.
Mm-hmm. You have any thoughts on this, Gretchen?
Well, I have something. I don't know.
Of course you do.
Come on, Gretchen. We want to hear.
I don't know. But I love Wanda James, but does she need a loan?
That's what I
thought
thank
Simply
you.
Pure was doing good.
Exactly.
Am I crazy?
I mean, she's not. I mean, she's hosting fundraisers for the Obamas, and
don't turn down free money from the government, but it doesn't sound like it's free money. So why are you doing it?
That's my question. What would Wanda say in this situation?
I'm just wondering, what are the qualifications for this? Do you have to show a certain need to get this loan, or what? I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what the stipulations
social equity
are.
Can't be defined anywhere, right? It's different
Nope.
definitions.
H.G.
Everybody has a
Fredrickson.
different definition for it.
Yeah, H.G. Fredrickson, a white man
right.
in Idaho. That's where it became a thing. 1968. Do your research on social equity as a term was created by a white man in Idaho, 1968, as a marketing buzz term.
Mm-hmm.
It has no real definition, and that's why whenever I hear social equity even spoken by any of these legislators and everything, I'm just like, yo, this is a distraction. It's a distraction. It's not
So
gonna get passed.
Wanda James's brother went to prison for cannabis. And so I know that in some states, they say if you can prove that you or a direct family member was affected by the prohibition of cannabis, that qualifies you as social equity. And so we know her as a businesswoman, and so she might not have actually gone to prison or have a record, but family members do.
Yeah,
so that might her as
I just don't.
I was a lot more bullish on this bill before they called it social equity, because before it was a minority disparagement, a stopgap measure to support businesses. Period. It did not say anything about social equity, but they said their intent was to actually support the Black-owned businesses that did not have a chance to even enter the Colorado cannabis market. But now they're just explicitly calling it social equity, and they're explicitly calling it a loan towards equity candidates in Colorado. And that's why I'm like, I have a lot of pause with it now, because now you're lumping in 10 years late, lumping in the same arguments that have hampered social equity in other states.